Do you like esports? Because I really do, and here's a really brief history of esports. So interesting enough, like esports pretty much dates from the 50s, where like the first re-implementation of tennis for two, like you can see this picture here, is pretty wild. And then like the 60s is kind of more of like the really start of esports. Like that is where like games like Space War came out and people were again gathering together to play the game and stuff like that. So that's like really kind of like the set in stone for esports. And then of course we roll into the 70s, and we all know the 70s, that's where arcade games and console games and all of those things started happening. It was like a big thing. Like we as gamers, I'm pretty sure we hold the 70s and that whole gaming era pretty dear to our lives as gamers, because everything, like all the movies we loved, all the retro games that we played and we still play to this day, it all started with the 70s, the arcade games and console gaming. And then of course we roll into the 80s, where like I feel like that point in time is really when things started to ramp up, where people were like, yo, I want to get the highest score on this game. And then of course the 90s is kind of like the introduction of the major national gaming competitions. This is where like gaming competitions were becoming a thing.
Welcome back to the very first That's Incredible Video Game Invitational.
Ben's more than halfway to his scoring goal, and Darren in the yellow shirt is very close.
And then like we roll into the 2000s and video games become even more popular. It became like a really big part of my life and all these things. And as everything, I still remember this when like the 2010 period began. I still remember hearing a friend of mine talk about Dota 2, and it was wild because like as much as I love games, I didn't really know much about esports. And I remember this guy would skip school to watch Dota 2 World Championship. I was like, man, what is so much? It's like a game. What is this World Championship about? It's like they're just playing games, and and he was like, no, they're playing Dota 2, but they're playing for an insane price. And he told me the money they would win after for the team that would win the world championship. I was like, that is insane. And of course around that time was like League of Legends, then to this day is like one of the biggest esports events ever. And it's absolutely crazy to think about, because man, starting from the 50s to what we have in gaming industry and esports industry today is absolutely mind-blowing, and I'm absolutely loving every bit of it. I love the fact that gaming was always looked at this useless thing that is never gonna get you anywhere, to like now we have these super talented esports players. They're making a lot of money and they're able to help their family, their own life, everyone around them, and sustain like a pretty decent life from gaming. It's continuously to evolve. And of course we have certain aspects of the esports industry so far that like right now you could say it's really unstable, because a lot of money was put into esports at one point, and now with that bubble is kind of like bursting, like people are trying to figure out how to make it sustainable and stable. But overall I do feel like esports is gonna stay and it's gonna get even bigger, and I'm very excited to see how this is gonna go and how well it will develop and how much more career opportunities there gonna be for a lot of us. And that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Again, I'm trying to dabble in this new type of content other than my gaming reels and stuff like this. So let me know how I did. Let me know if you have any advice or any future videos ideas that you would like to see on this channel. I appreciate you. And above everything else, always staying perfect.